English learners. Welcome back to the Lexipath English Podcast, your favorite place to learn practical English through natural conversations while leveling up your life at the same time.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Anna.
All right, before we dive into today's topic, quick question for everyone listening.
Oh no, here we go. That tone means trouble.
Maybe. Okay, imagine this scenario. You have 24 hours, just one day, and you can try any job in the world. No qualifications needed, no risk. You just wake up and boom, you're doing it.
Ooh, I actually love this question.
But here's the catch. You can't choose rich person lying on a beach. You can't choose professional sleeper. And you can't say all of them.
Wow, you just eliminated half the internet's dream jobs.
I'm being realistic here. So, Anna, what would you pick?
Probably a documentary filmmaker, like traveling to interesting places, talking to fascinating people, telling their stories.
That's actually very you.
What about you?
Honestly, a podcast host for a big show, where I just have deep conversations with creative people all day.
Wait, aren't you already doing that?
Fair point. Okay, everyone, same question for you. One job, just one day. What would you try? And here's the interesting part. Your answer reveals something important.
What's that?
It shows you what excites you, but it also shows you what you haven't given yourself permission to explore yet.
That's deep. And speaking of exploring different interests, let me guess what some of you are thinking right now.
Go ahead.
I don't have just one interest. I have like 12. I want to learn graphic design and maybe start a side business and also improve my English and get into photography and possibly learn coding and also read more books and somehow become the kind of person who wakes up early and journals.
And drinks green smoothies while watching the sunrise.
Yes, with perfect posture.
And then you look at your actual life and think, why am I not moving forward even though I'm interested in everything?
That feeling, that stuck feeling, is so common right now, especially because the world of work is changing faster than ever.
Yeah, people aren't just learning English anymore. They're asking themselves bigger questions like, what career should I build? What skills actually matter now? Will my job even exist in 5 years?
And if you're someone with multiple interests, you might be feeling something very specific right now.
What's that?
Overwhelm.
Yes. Overwhelm means you have too much to think about or do, and it makes you feel stressed and confused. Like your brain has too many windows open and it's starting to freeze.
Exactly. And today's episode is specifically for that person.
The person who is smart, curious, and motivated, but feels paralyzed by too many options.
Too many tabs open in the brain.
And one of those tabs is playing music from somewhere, but you can't figure out which one.
So you just live with the mystery music forever.
Exactly. So today we're talking about career strategy for multi-passionate people, and we're introducing a framework called the M-shaped professional.
Which basically means the future belongs to people who can intelligently combine skills, not people who stay stuck in one rigid identity forever.
And we're going to make this super practical. Real examples, real decisions, real language you can actually use.
Also, this is a B2 to early C1 level episode. So yes, the English will be natural and rich.
But we'll still speak clearly, repeat key ideas, and whenever we use a new word or phrase, we'll explain it in simple English right away.
And if you're a strong B1 learner, don't leave. Some parts might challenge you a bit, but that's exactly how you grow.
Maybe you're listening while commuting, cooking, working out, doing laundry, or pretending to work while actually scrolling.
The classic laptop open, brain elsewhere situation.
Yes, if that's you, hi, we see you.
And before we jump in, small favor. If you're enjoying this podcast, please like this episode, subscribe to Lexipath English Podcast, and leave us a comment.
Because it genuinely helps other English learners discover us. And here's today's comment challenge. Answer in just one sentence.
One sentence only.
I have too many interests, but my main focus right now is...
Like, I have too many interests, but my main focus right now is building my confidence in English conversations.
Or, I have too many interests, but my main focus right now is transitioning into a tech career.
We actually read your comments, and they help other listeners feel less alone, too.
Absolutely. And that's why this topic matters. Having multiple interests isn't a flaw.
Right. The real problem is when those interests pull you in 10 different directions, but your life stays in exactly the same place.
Okay, let's get into it.
All right, let's paint a picture. Imagine you walk into a massive buffet. Everything looks delicious.
The buffet of life already sounds dangerous.
You see Italian food, sushi, Mexican, desserts, salads, everything. And you think, if I only choose one thing, I'll miss out on all the others.
So you take a little bit of everything.
And your plate becomes chaos. A spoonful of pasta, one piece of sushi, some nachos, a sad piece of broccoli for health.
Don't forget the random piece of cake.
Of course. Then you sit down and eat. And here's the thing. You're not actually satisfied.
Not because the food is bad, but because the plate has no strategy.
That is exactly what having too many interests feels like for most people. All the options are good, but there's no clear plan.
And when there's no plan, something heavy starts to build inside.
A kind of mental fog.
And here's the sad part. People start thinking, something's wrong with me.
But usually, nothing is wrong. They're just standing in the fog without a map.
And in that fog, the brain does something sneaky.
What?
It starts confusing comfort with progress.
Ouch. Explain that.
You watch YouTube videos about success and tell yourself, I'm learning. You buy an online course and say, I'm investing in myself. You start a new notebook and think, new chapter, new me.
You even buy a special pen for your fresh start.
Exactly. But you're not actually practicing anything. You're just preparing. Endlessly preparing.
And because you have so many interests, you try to keep all of them alive simultaneously.
That's when you spread yourself too thin.
Spread yourself too thin means you try to do too many things at once, so none of them gets enough attention or energy. Everything gets a little, but nothing gets enough.
It's like having 10 plants, but only one small cup of water. Each plant gets 2 drops.
And then you're shocked that your apartment isn't a green jungle.
Right. And then you tell yourself, I'm just not disciplined. I'm terrible at following through.
But maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe the problem is the strategy.
So let's give everyone a framework. Not to put them in a box, just to give some structure.
A mental map that actually calms the chaos.
Okay, you might have heard people talk about 3 types of skill profiles. I-shaped, T-shaped, and M-shaped.
If this is new to you, think of these letters as pictures of your professional skills.
I-shaped looks like the letter I, one straight vertical line. That means you go very deep in one specific skill.
For example, only a Java developer, only a tax accountant, only a wedding photographer.
You're like a specialist surgeon, very deep in one narrow area. People call you when they need that exact thing.
Then we have T-shaped. Look at the letter T. There's one vertical line, like the I.
That's your deep specialization.
But there's also a horizontal line across the top. That represents broad knowledge in related areas.
So maybe you're a deep expert in UX design, but you also understand psychology, basic coding, and marketing.
You can collaborate with different teams. You're deep, but not isolated.
And now we arrive at M-shaped. Look at the letter M. It has more than one vertical line going down.
That means you have more than one area of deep expertise.
For example, you're strong in software development and also excellent at project management. Or you're skilled in content creation and also in data analysis.
Not 10 random hobbies, a few strong, connected skills that actually support each other.
And this is where the word generalist comes up.
A generalist is someone who knows about many different areas, not just one tiny specialty. They're not super deep in everything, but they're not beginners either.
Being a generalist can be incredibly powerful. You see connections others miss, you can talk to different departments, you adapt quickly.
But if you can't clearly explain your value, it just sounds like, I kinda do everything?
And that's not a professional story. That's just confusion.
And now, of course, we have to talk about AI.
Yes, AI is like that quiet person who suddenly showed up to every single meeting.
And when people notice, they panic. Will AI replace me? Am I still relevant?
Here's the reality. AI is extremely fast at tasks. It can write, analyze, summarize, translate.
But humans still make the connections. Humans still understand context, navigate relationships, and solve messy, real-world problems.
So in this new world, people who can adapt and combine skills become incredibly valuable.
That's where the word versatile becomes important.
Versatile means you can handle different types of tasks and adapt to new situations. You're flexible, not rigid.
Many multi-passionate people are naturally versatile. They enjoy learning new tools. They can switch between topics. They spot patterns.
But if you're versatile without structure, it feels like chaos.
Like a playlist that mixes jazz, death metal, children's songs, and meditation sounds.
And your brain is like, what is the vibe here?
Exactly. So versatility is powerful, but only when it's organized.
So here's the question. What's missing for most multi-passionate people?
One solid foundation, one main skill they can stand on. And that brings us to the word specialize.
To specialize means you go deep and become genuinely strong in one area. Not just familiar, actually skilled. People trust you for that thing.
Specializing is like having a home base. You can travel, explore, try new things.
But you always have one clear place that's yours.
And a lot of multi-interested people resist this. They feel like, if I choose one thing, I'm killing my other passions.
But you're not killing them. You're organizing them.
You're saying, this will be my main track. The other things will support it. Okay, so let's address the classic debate.
Lawyer Jack, activated.
Side 1. Put all your eggs in one basket.
Put all your eggs in one basket means you invest all your effort, time, and hope into one single option. If that basket falls, everything falls.
The advantage? Extreme focus. You grow fast in that one area.
The risk? If the market changes or the industry shifts, that one basket can become very fragile.
Now, side 2, wear many hats.
Wear many hats means you have multiple roles or responsibilities. Maybe you're a designer, but you also do social media, some copywriting, and event planning.
The advantage? Flexibility. If one area slows down, you still have other skills to rely on.
The risk? If your hats are random and disconnected, people can't understand what you actually do. Even you might not be able to explain it.
So, which side is right?
I think both are half right.
Classic Jack answer.
Because the smart approach is this. Have one main basket and a few hats that support that basket.
One clear professional identity, plus a small set of complementary skills that make that identity stronger.
Not 10 different characters, one main character with different outfits for different situations.
Perfect analogy.
And this is where our English learners really need support, I think.
Why?
Not just with career strategy, but with the language to describe themselves confidently. They say things like, my background's kind of messy. I did this, then that, and also tried this other thing.
And you can hear their voice getting quieter.
But their unique combination can be incredibly powerful. They just need to learn how to leverage it.
Leverage means you use something to your advantage. You take what you already have and turn it into strength.
So instead of saying, I did a bunch of random things, you say, here's how my skills connect.
For example, I combine teaching experience with content creation, which allows me to explain complex topics in simple, engaging ways.
Nice. That's clear and professional.
Or I started in engineering and then learned design, so now I can build products that are both functional and beautiful.
Notice the structure. You're not just listing skills, you're showing how they work together.
And for interviews or LinkedIn, that clarity is gold.
Because people can immediately understand what value you bring.
So if you have multiple interests, one of your key English goals should be learning how to craft these kinds of sentences.
Exactly. Not, I like many things, but here's how my combination helps you.
Now we need to talk to the listeners who want to change direction.
Yes. The ones thinking, okay, I chose something, but it doesn't feel right anymore.
That's where the concept of a career pivot comes in.
A career pivot is a strategic change in your career direction, not a random jump, a deliberate turn.
Like when you're walking down a street and you realize, this isn't the right path for me, so you calmly turn and take a different street.
You don't teleport, you don't panic, you pivot.
So how do you pivot without freaking out?
Step 1, choose a theme, not a job title.
A theme could be something like helping small businesses grow using digital tools, or making complex information easy to understand.
Step 2, build proof, but small proof.
One project, one freelance gig, one case study, one blog post, one portfolio piece.
Step 3, talk about it. Tell people, this is the direction I'm moving toward.
Say it calmly. Say it clearly. Say it repeatedly.
That's how you pivot. Not by erasing your entire past, but by connecting your existing skills to a new direction.
And here's the good news. Multi-passionate people often have tons of past experiences they can connect to a new theme.
You just need a quiet evening, a notebook, and some honest reflection.
But there's one word we can't avoid if you actually want change.
I know which one.
Commitment.
Commitment means you choose a direction and stick with it long enough to see real results, even when it feels boring or slow.
Multi-passionate people are amazing at starting. New course, new idea, new project.
But careers are built more on finishing than on starting.
And commitment is what helps you finish.
I remember one time I decided to post content every single day for 30 days.
How did that go?
Around day 8, I genuinely hated myself.
Sounds about right, yeah.
But by day 30, I was different. Not because I became talented overnight, but because my brain finally believed, oh, we're actually serious about this.
That's what commitment does. It sends a signal to your own mind. This isn't a phase.
Okay, let's give everyone a simple system they can actually write down.
One main track, 2 supporting peaks.
Your main track is your specialization, the one field you choose to master and go deep into.
For example, English teaching, back-end development, graphic design, or financial analysis.
Supporting peak number 1 is a skill that increases your value within that main track.
Supporting peak number 2 is a bridge skill that connects your main expertise to new opportunities.
Things like networking, building a portfolio, content creation, presentation skills, or using AI tools effectively.
So instead of 10 scattered interests, you have one main track and 2 strategic supporters.
And we can even suggest a simple 90-day experiment.
For the next 90 days, decide one main track you'll go deeper in, one supporting skill you'll develop, and one bridge activity you'll practice regularly.
And then commit, not perfectly, just consistently.
Allow yourself to be versatile but focused, curious but not chaotic.
And if you feel the fog creeping back in, remember, you're not the only one standing at the buffet with a confusing plate.
We're all there with you, trying to make better choices one decision at a time.
And for us at Lexipath, your multiple interests aren't a problem.
They're your potential.
Your job now is to give that potential a clear direction for the next 90 days.
And your English and your career will grow together.
So today wasn't just about careers, it was about helping you think about your multiple interests in a smarter, more strategic way.
One main track, 2 supporting peaks, and a simple 90-day experiment you can actually execute in real life.
And if you want to practice, write in the comments your main track and your 2 supporting peaks.
We genuinely love reading how you describe yourselves, and it helps other learners discover new ideas for their own paths.
And if this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe to Lexipath English Podcast, and share it with one friend who also has too many interests.
All right, time to say goodbye for today.
Your progress doesn't end here. To keep advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional episodes we've carefully selected for you. Goodbye, everyone.